WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Parts of a busy Mississippi interstate shut down after a big rig overturns. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Martin. Now, that crash happened late this evening on Interstate 22. Take a look at this video from an MDOT camera. You can see the truck there hanging off the Mississippi Highway 9 overpass. Now, westbound lanes of the interstate are still blocked. Highway Mississippi 9 is also closed due to that accident. And troopers are asking drivers to use the Belden exit and take 178 to Blue Springs to get back on the interstate. And the cause of that accident is still under investigation. One person is dead after a freight train collides with a car. This also in Sherman. It happened just before 10 o'clock this morning at a rail crossing just off Highway 78 exit near Wild Bill's convenience store. Sherman Police Chief Joel Spellins says 64-year-old Joe Gaines was killed in that accident. Investigators are still working that case. A run from the law ends just short of the Tennessee state line for two Knoxville County inmates. They were caught in Marshall County after being on the run for just less than 24 hours. 23-year-old Christopher Parmenter and 43-year-old Andrew Carter were caught this afternoon in Marshall County. Now, the two men escaped the Knoxville County Community Center last night around 7:45. Both men had been serving sentences on burglary convictions in 2016. Parmenter was convicted in Marshall County and Carter was convicted in Union County. Macon Police Chief Divine Beck says right now investigators don't know if the pair had any help getting to North Mississippi, but the chief does know one thing.
With further investigation, we found that a vehicle was missing this morning. It was taken from Trail Bar. With further investigation, we looked at footage. We know that they was there around 10:07. The vehicle left there at 10:19, headed north on Highway 45.
Chief Beck says that investigation is still ongoing. An Iuka woman is facing felony drug charges. 36-year-old Manda Daniels is charged with felony possession of controlled substance with the intent to sell. On Saturday, deputies stopped her on Highway 25. Deputies say they found needles, scales, and empty baggies. And during a search, investigators found 2 bags of what they believe to be methamphetamine hidden on her. Daniels remains in the Tishomingo County Jail. Well, time now to toss things over to meteorologist Jacob Dickey, who's standing by with a first look at our forecast. Hey there, Jacob.
Hey Scott, it's not bad outside if you're heading out the door. Things are comfortable, a little warmer than we were last night, and we're mostly clear. Just some of those high clouds there. So if you see the moon out there, there's a little bit of a haze in front of it. Right now in Tupelo, it's a 50 degrees out there. It's a bit cool, but last night at this time, we were in the 40s and we were on our way to the 30s. Tonight, not quite as cool. Temperatures, I think, are only heading into the 40s for us. We've got a few more degrees to go. 49 in Amory, 52 in Columbus. Coming up, we'll talk about the warmer weather we expect for the next few days. There is rain in the forecast, and we'll let you know if that affects your Friday night football or Saturday football plans. Scott?
All right, thanks very much, Jacob. Well, Governor Phil Bryant is taking to Twitter to brag on the state's job growth opportunities for job seekers. Courtney Ann Jackson, she takes a look behind the numbers to see what they mean to folks on the job.
Yes, there's a record number of Mississippians working.
We have a wonderful challenge here in Mississippi, which is we have more job openings than we have people looking for work.
But what do those numbers not tell us? Marshawn Chrysler is working with a nonprofit to help folks figure out how to take advantage of those jobs.
What are these jobs requiring? What are the credentials? What are the prerequisites in order to obtain employment? That's where you find that we're having some struggles, and that's why those jobs incidentally are still available, is because they are having difficulty finding qualified people to be able to hold those jobs.
The Department of Employment Security backs that up, saying that 2/3 of the state's jobs are middle skills jobs, meaning they require more than a high school diploma, but not necessarily a college degree. But only 1/3 of the workforce has those skills.
There are a number of middle skills jobs that pay more than the kinds of jobs we normally think a college graduate gets.
It's not government jobs that are popping up, it's in the private sector, and the Mississippi Center for Public Policy says that's encouraging.
That's how you get sustained economic growth, is when you have less dependence on the government-related jobs, and when government is having a smaller playing a smaller percentage in the amount of our economic activity.
A recent report released by the Fraser Institute shows how the state's job outlook stacks up against other states, including with those private sector jobs.
Better than a lot of those states. Generally speaking, Tennessee's doing really well. Texas is doing well. But when we compare ourselves to our next door neighbors, we're comparing favorably on the job side.
Mississippi has one of the highest rates of women registered to vote nationwide. Around 80% of all women who can vote here have registered to do so. Now, the Institute for Women's Policy Research looked at who voted in 2010 and 2012, and out of the women who registered to vote in Mississippi, more than 60% voted on Election Day. Riley Livingston listens in to find out why women vote.
This state comes with a lot of stigma, and there's a reason for that. But we have a chance to change the way the rest of the country sees Mississippi.
Mothers, daughters, sisters, friends. These are the women who want to lead Mississippi into the future. They want to talk, and they want to be heard.
I want to be more knowledgeable about the candidates and what their messages are, because I think that's important. You know, for me, it's not necessarily a partisan issue. Like Democrat, Republican, if you have a good message, if you have something that, genuinely interests me, I want to hear it.
It's very important for women because it's women's rights that we need.
And education.
I'm from the Delta, and I want someone in office who is going to put in the effort to make sure that teachers are getting paid what they deserve to be paid, that there are materials and resources for kids.
Thinking about my sons, I just want that here in Starkville and the whole Mississippi, we can start improving our education, the salary of the teachers, the opportunity that the teachers has to go and educate a little bit more so they can pass that to our kids here in Mississippi.
Dorothy Isaac is concerned about what happens when the classes end.
We need things for our children, jobs. We need jobs here in Mississippi. We need some high-paying jobs.
But some, like Betty Clinton, feel elected representatives need better focus.
So I feel that gun control is not the major issue. I feel right now too much emphasis put on gun control. I feel it's important that schools have more security and not just more guns.
LaShundra Townsend says things as simple as roads don't need to be overlooked.
If you drive anywhere in Mississippi, you're going to run over a pothole or something like that. Like our streets, our conditions could be so much better.
Now, Isaac also says that she wants to encourage women to get out and vote, make a difference.
Well, Hurricane Willa is a strong Category 4 hurricane off in the eastern Pacific. It's quite a ways away from northeast Mississippi, but believe it or not, we are already seeing impacts from this here tonight. We will also see some rain from it coming up. I've got those details for you coming up here after the break.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
It's not a bad night out there. It's a little bit cool, but very much autumn-like for us as we are wrapping up the month of October. 52 right now in Columbus, dew point of 49. There's an overall drier air, but still, though, it's feeling a little bit crisp out there. 49 in Amory, 50 Tupelo, 49 Calhoun City. Already down to 45 in Corinth, 46 in Oxford, and 47 in Grenada at the 10 o'clock hour. Tonight, I think we're heading to the low to mid-40s. I've got 45 in Tupelo, Boonville, 43 in Corinth, 44 in Calhoun City. Houston, you'll drop down to 45. Over in West Alabama, much the same, 44 in Soljet, 45 in Vernon, 47 in Reform, Aliceville, 48. We'll call it a mostly clear to partly cloudy sky overnight with light north winds. They'll be calm by morning. 46 will drop to in Columbus, 45 Starkville, 45 Ackerman, 47 in Macon for our overnight lows tonight. For our Tuesday, then, we warm things back up a little bit warmer than today. We seem to add just a little warmth as we go through the past couple of days. Low 70s for us. It'll be nice out there. Plenty of sunshine to go around. I think we will keep those higher clouds around, but still, more sun than not. Things will be great for our Tuesday. 71 in Columbus, 69 in Starkville, 68 in Eupora. I've got 69 in Philadelphia. No rain is expected anywhere in the area. 70 in Vernon, 69 Solent. Hey, Hamilton, you'll get to 69 tomorrow. And up in Tupelo, some 70s there. 71 in Tupelo. Over in Fulton, Amory, Aberdeen, Iuka, 70 in Corinth, 69 in Oxford, Bruce, and Calhoun City for our Tuesday afternoon highs. All right, here's Hurricane Willa. This is a major Category 4 hurricane in the East Pacific. Here's the Mexican coast right there. You can see under that blue, that's the water vapor showing the circulation. Believe it or not, the outflow from Willa is what those clouds we've seen out there, those high clouds. If you go outside now and look at the moon, a little hazy looking almost, or kind of hidden back. It's these high clouds from the outflow of Willa that are in our direction here. And if you watch in the bottom left corner there, there's that center of low by Wednesday. It's moving close to the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, and that helps to accelerate this system. This system then takes off to the east. By Thursday, it will bring some rain across parts of the central south here, through Mississippi and the Gulf Coast gets the heavier rain. And notice by Friday at lunchtime, still dealing with some showers and some north winds. It will be a cool, dreary couple of days, I think, for Thursday and on Friday. The heaviest rain should set off to our south here, 1 to 2 inches to the south in our area. I'm thinking anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch before all is said and done. Quick check in the tropics. No development in the East Atlantic at all. That is some good news for us. We're looking fine. Tonight, 46, mostly clear, chilly, and cool. And then in that 7-day forecast, sunny for the most part. Tuesday, Wednesday, showers, and Thursday. It's a bit of a dreary day. We'll keep some showers as we go into the weekend.
Area students and parents get a lesson on an often overlooked part of America's past. We take a look a little bit later in the show.
Watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, as of right now, according to the CDC, there have been no flu cases reported in the Magnolia State, but folks are still encouraged to make sure to go ahead and get that flu shot to guard themselves. We learn more tonight on our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lee Richardson, a physician in the emergency room at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight I would like to talk to you about influenza, more commonly known as the flu. The flu is a contagious respiratory illness caused by influenza viruses that infect the nose, throat, and lungs. It can cause mild to severe illness and at times can lead to death. Influenza symptoms can include fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, body aches, headache, chills, and fatigue. Some people may have vomiting and diarrhea, though this is more common in children than in adults. Most experts believe that flu viruses spread by droplets made when people with the flu cough, sneeze, or talk. These droplets can land in the mouths or nose of people who are nearby. Less often, a person might also get flu by touching a surface or object that has flu virus on it and then touching their own mouth, eyes, or possibly their nose. Flu is unpredictable, and how severe it is can vary widely from one season to the next and even from one part of the country to another. Older people, young children, pregnant women, and people with certain health conditions such as asthma, diabetes, or heart disease are at greater risk for serious complications if they get the flu. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist when we will discuss the single best way to avoid getting the flu vaccination.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
Well, changes seem to be in order for the Mississippi State Bulldogs after this past weekend. Head coach Joe Moorhead addresses concerns coming up next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
The loss to LSU on the road for Mississippi State came in the form of a very hard pill to swallow. The question for the Bulldogs and head coach Joe Moorhead is, after a rough performance from quarterback Nick Fitzgerald, will we be seeing some personnel changes? Moorhead stated in the press conference from earlier today not to completely count out Fitzgerald, but the chance of seeing Keaton Thompson getting involved has become much more likely.
for the struggles that Nick has had, throwing the football, I kind of have to, credit him with the amount of times that he's rushed the ball and what he's done for us, to create yards and create points. But obviously our struggles in the pass game are apparent, and it doesn't just go to him. When three things need to happen for a pass game to be successful. You need to protect, you need to run good routes and gain separation, and the quarterback needs to throw the ball accurately. We have discussed in the offensive staff room, not making a change, but, during the first half and second half, giving KT an opportunity to start a drive for two reasons. As a change of pace, to give him an opportunity because he's a talented player, and secondly, to take some of the physical wear and tear off of Nick, who's, got 121 carries right now in 6 games.
As the Bulldogs get set to host number 16 Texas A&M this week, the Aggies are also getting set to visit the Bulldogs. Head coach Jimbo Fisher is already familiar with the difficult quarterback situation that Mississippi State is trying to solve. Fisher says the Aggies will be preparing just as much for Keaton Thompson as they will be preparing for Nick Fitzgerald.
You got to prepare for both guys. You always do. I mean, that guy, he has played very well, and he's very athletic, threw 5 touchdowns in the opening game for them, and can run also. He's very quick, very agile. So, I mean, both guys they'll still be similar on offense when you go to that way. I mean, the scheme, you don't just go change your scheme, right? So each quarterback, you got to remember something. You change quarterbacks, say change schemes. Well, everybody else has to learn new plays too. So it doesn't just totally change. Now, what you may feature does, but they're still very similar because both guys can run and throw it. So we'll have to work for both.
It's weird to think that soon enough the high school football season will be winding down when each week proves that it just keeps heating up. These top 5 plays from week 10 of the End Zone are about to show you why. Starting at number 5, South Pontotoc Eli Allen's gonna roll outright. And Eddie Ivy makes the one-handed grab for the first down. Choctaw County, though, would end up getting the win, but still a great play from Ivy there. Number 4 on kickoff, Shannon sent Wally White, picks it up off of the bounce, waits for the protection. He's going to run through a defender, and then the man turns on the Jets. He knows what he wants, and he makes it all the way downfield into the end zone for the score. Raiders smoke out Moorville 56-18. Number 3, still in the first quarter, John Daniel Deaton's going to send one downfield for a very ready Dallas Gamble, who marches backwards before turning around to get into the end zone for another 6. He'd get it in Boonville. Shuts out Mantachi 40-0 on Thursday night. Number 2, Okolona and Biggersville. Lions Quinton Knight passes to Armani Fields for the snag and score. Biggersville with the win in that one. And number 1, Heritage Academies. Carter Putt off the play action. He's going to send one over to Jared Long, who has the insane catch through the hands of Canton defenders. We'll get another look at this as it slides through and into the arms of Long. Heritage gets its 5th straight win and also is our top 5 play. Only a few weeks out from the start of the college basketball season, we'll see a couple of Blue Bloods in the AP Top 25 preseason poll that was released today. Number 1, Kansas. Number 2, Kentucky. Number 4, Duke. All making it in, and some teams we didn't expect. Mississippi State getting in at number 18. They're anticipated to be a very good team this year. Supposedly, they played TCU in a scrimmage last week and beat them, so expect some good things from Mississippi State basketball. If you haven't been happy with football, a good basketball season is on its way. But that's going to be all that we have for sports. We'll have your last look after the break. Stick with us.
It was a lesson 100 years in the making in Heritage Academy tonight. Andrew Pouncey, a Tennessee historian, was a guest speaker at the school's Hazard Lecture Series. Pouncey's presentation focused on the First World War. Now, his goal was to teach students how to build a narrative by using the story of a World War I soldier. He hopes that sharing his insights with the students can inspire them going forward.
So it's a lot of activities geared around that, and as a member of the Tennessee Great War Commission, it's my job to talk to people about this and get it out there.
November the 11th marks the centennial for the end of World War I.
Well, the next couple of days will be nice and autumn-like out there, whether you like pumpkin spice or if you like apples. Plenty of that to go around through Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, though, a little bit dreary. You might need a cup of hot cocoa under a warm blanket. It's going to be one of those days where you wake up, Scott, and you don't want to go to work. Rain through the day there, cooler out there. Friday, though, Many of you are wondering about Friday night football. I think we're okay. The showers should wrap up by early to mid-afternoon. Saturday football, too, maybe dodging a few showers across the southeast, but I think things are okay.
We had one of those days where you didn't want to come to work last week, too, and I can remember, well, I don't have time for it, so never mind. Bye.